Okay, here I have two very interesting and unusual bikes, if you can really even call them bikes. Well, they are bikes, but they are very much shaped like suitcases, and they fold into each other, so this whole thing actually folds down into itself. These are made by a company called Skoot, and I've heard it's changed its name to Suitcase Bike International. I don't know how true that is. I cannot find any real information on these, other than the fact it was an Essex-based company around 2000 that is no longer in business. Except, well, not under that name anyway. I don't know if it got bought out by somebody else or what happened to it, but I know they're no longer still going. So what this bike is essentially a steel frame shaped like a suitcase with a plastic cover over it. I only have one cover, sadly. And all the components, the wheels, the forks, the handlebars fold into itself. It's a single speed drivetrain. It uses aluminium crank arms. There is a free wheel here instead of in the rear wheel, which is a bit unusual. It uses road bike style caliper brakes on these composite rims. All the handlebars and everything are made out of this machined and knurled materials. This would have been turned on a lathe and knurled on a lathe as well, and this unscrews. Difficult to do this on camera. Should I fold the whole thing away? You can laugh while I hold the camera and fold it. No, it's a bit difficult to do on camera. When you unscrew this, and as you can see, the whole lot tilts back, and if I wasn't holding a camera with one hand, I'd be able to fold that in there. And the front, this little bolt is supposed to screw in to secure it, but of course we're not worried about that because we're not actually riding the thing at the moment. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to put the camera down. On a makeshift tripod. I really do need to get an actual tripod. You can watch it fold away like magic, except it isn't. That lifts up. I keep thinking it lifts down for some reason. So that's that. In the rear, simply. Nope, you've got to do the rear one first. And there you have it. That's the size it folds into. And you can see how small it is. And although it doesn't have its plastic cover on, just pick it up, walk up an escalator, all good, happy days. Now of course it has got rather small wheels, so bumpy roads and things could be a bit of a problem, and the swing arm doesn't actually lock back as such, it's just there and it's your body weight on it, so again if you hit a bumpy pothole that could be a bit scary, but a very weird, cool, quirky bike nonetheless. I think definitely deserves a YouTube video, though sadly this one does appear to be missing its cranks. Now I don't know if you can just use a standard square taper, like bottom bracket, modify it and put some crank arms on. I'm pretty sure you would be able to make something to do that. But I haven't got the originals, they actually say Skoot on them, so I'm just going to leave it as is. It has its own built-in mudguard at the rear, which again folds into the whole thing. Yeah, a bit quirky, a bit unusual. Oh, and it even has a built-in light. How that works. No, this isn't one of the built-in lights, it's just some cheap light someone's put on there. There is the Skoot rating plate. Anyone playing along at home? Focus, come on. The serial number on it. Yeah, very unusual little bikes, but this one I think it's pretty much brand new. It's still got packaging on the bell. I don't know if these ever got out of prototype stage, if I'm totally honest. I can't find anything online about these. There's just a few pictures and a few forum sites talking about the idea, basically. But nothing else. It's really weird. I've seen one on eBay in the past for about £1,700, and it did sell for that, but that was like 10 years ago. And that's the only one I've actually ever seen. As to what they are worth, I don't know. No idea. New, I would imagine. They were planning on selling them for quite a lot of money, because they were made in Essex, and anything made over here they sell for a premium. So, I mean, someone was probably turning these up by hand, knowing most British companies that don't invest in modern CNC equipment. So someone probably turned all these by hand on a lathe, which is considerably expensive, and someone obviously welded the thing by hand as well. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, that concludes the video on the Skoot suitcase, bike in a suitcase concept. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Okay, here we have a rather unusual bike. This is the Skoot bike in a suitcase, or is it suitcase in a bike? It's hard to say which. It folds down into itself, as we can see over here. I'm missing the plastic body, if you like, to this one, unfortunately. And that one is missing its pedals, so you have one between the two. Though you could get that going fairly easily with a bit of know-how. It wouldn't take much, but you wouldn't have the original Skoot branded crank arms that you have there. So these were made by a company called Skoot in Essex. There really isn't much on the internet about them. They're literally just, they're not even a thing really. There's nothing on the internet about it. There's a few pictures and a few ideas, a few concepts being thrown around about the idea, but there doesn't seem to be a list price for these or anything like that. One proposal was £900, but it hadn't come out by that point. So I don't know if it ever made it past the prototype stage. Yeah, it's a really unusual design. It just folds away inside itself, so you can get it on an aeroplane as luggage, or on a train relatively easy, although it's not really any easier than the Brompton, so that's probably why this failed. A Brompton, of course, you can just put in the hand luggage of the aircraft, which is why they're actually a pretty good deal, despite the fact they're expensive. And of course they have all metal wheels. These are composite plastic wheels, so. But still a very quirky bike from a rather quirky looking company. You can see the logo there, it even shows what it's supposed to be. Now I just hope I'm not being an idiot here, thinking that this is missing. No, because I cannot see any crank arms. I think we do not have crank arms on this one. But I'm sure you could easily rectify that, though good luck getting the originals. There's a few marks to the bodywork, but nothing bad. I mean, I don't think this was ever used. It's got like plastic on it. It had more plastic on it when I got it, but it was all sticky and coming off. So, yeah, very strange bikes made by a bit of a strange company that I can't find any info on. You see down there it has road bike caliper brakes. Doesn't appear to be any branding on there, although everything seems like really high quality. Like, does this say anything? Vinegar, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't recognise that brand either. But they appear good quality. Everything feels quality on this thing. Obviously it's British made, so it is. Here's the serial number, and I've tried this website. It is defunct. There's nothing about it. Let the camera try and focus on that. Yeah. Skoot.com, and yeah, no, she's no longer in business by the looks of it. I have seen one of these on eBay years ago. It went for like £1,700, but that was over a decade ago, so who knows what these are actually worth. Let me know if you're interested in buying them, or just interested in them in general. And if you had one, let me know and tell me what you think of it and things like that. I'm going to ride one of these on a charity ride for a laugh. I'm fairly sure of that, because it would be a good laugh. I'll take the pedals off of this one or the body shell, depending on what's even, and swap them over so they're all complete. Or I might even just get another compatible crankset, which I believe I have. It's an electric bike crankset that has the freewheel at the front, the same as these do. If you look on this one, there is our freewheel, and there's no freewheel on the wheel, it's just fixed to the wheel. This is fixed, so you see that as I turn the wheel, the chain's moving, and that's your freewheel right there, and the chain ring's bolted to the disc that the freewheel's connected to. So yeah, if you ever wore the chain ring out, good luck with that. So yep, that concludes this video on these rather quirky bikes. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Here we have an RC car made by Colt that got from a boot sale for a £5. Batteries are rather corroded. Like, holy crap, made by Maplins, who are no longer around anymore. Yeah, nasty. And the battery in the close starter is no better. See, it's leaked around there. But hey, it was a £5. What do you expect? It turns over, it has compression. We'll see if it starts later on. Needs a few bolts here and there. Apart from that, yeah, we're all good. It's 4-wheel drive. That's a 0.15 engine, so it's a 15 engine. We've got the control with it. Should be good. She'll run again. Still turns over, a bit stiff, but a bit of oil down there and she'll run again. That concludes the video on this little old thing.